Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Bruin Steel here, back at it with another video. So this video is a little different. I'm actually going to be talking about my favorite TV shows. I know that's a little weird, but I decided to actually do this video because most of those who follow me on my YouTube channel obviously know that I did some random stuff with friends. I talked about sports, I did blogs, but I actually never talked about like what kind of TV shows that I like. And I am giving that idea and doing this video. I actually want to share the TV shows that I like to watch, for that I love to watch. It could be an old show. There's some old shows that I love to watch. Growing up, I mean, not growing up, like they came out a few years ago, but some of my favorite shows have been canceled. They usually cancel seasons like season one, season two, and then they usually just decide if they're gonna renew it for another season. But some of my favorite shows that I will share with you guys, actually, they decided to cancel the show, which is unfortunate. But those are my favorite shows. I'm still going to share them. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's gonna be pictures of each TV shows, and pretty much will explain what the TV show is all about. So sit back, relax. I hope you enjoy this, and this is my TV shows that I watched growing up or throughout the year, whatever. But here it is. Alright guys, so this is one of the TV shows that I enjoy watching. It's actually a law enforcement show that came out in 2018. So far there's four seasons, and the characters are Maggie Bell, she's the FBI special agent, and her partner is Omir Sudan, who's also an FBI special agent, and Maggie's partner, and the other two are Special Agent Tiffany Wallace, who started in season three, and her partner is Stuart Scola. He also started in season two. Well, he started in season two, and Tiffany Wallace started in season three. But Stuart Scola is also FBI agent. Um, so yeah, and Jubal Valentine's basically the FBI assistant special agent in charge. So he's in charge of like the entire office. And last but not least, his assistant special agent in charge. Her name is Isabel Cas- Caslito. But anyways, yeah, you guys should check out this TV show. It's a great TV show. I love law enforcement TV shows. So yeah, that will do it for FBI. It's usually they show Tuesday nights at around 8, I believe. Alright, guys, so the second show is called FBI Most Wanted. So basically, it's pretty much the same as FBI, but the two shows actually share the same boss. So, like FBI Most Wanted, they share the same boss. So, they actually both report to Isabel. But this is FBI Most Wanted. It's basically the same thing. They fight crimes. It's a law enforcement show. I also like watching this show as well. The lead characters are Jess LaCroix. He is the supervisor, special agent, and team leader. But unfortunately, at the end of season three, he got shot and killed. Sorry for the spoiler alert, but he left this team, and now there's a new team leader. But Another character that left was Kenny Crosby from seasons one and three, FBI special agent and ex-armor intelligence officer. So he left as well. Right now, the current characters are Shirley Barnes, FBI special agent and second in command. And there was Hannah Gibson, the FBI special agent. She's the intelligence analyst for the team. And there was Tally, daughter of Jess, and then there was Kristen Gaines, who started after Kristen Gaines, who actually started in season three, and then the new team leader Remy Scott, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, FBI Most Wanted is on Tuesdays as well. So the show premieres right after FBI Tuesday night. So FBI and Most Wanted, you can check it out on CBS Tuesday nights. But anyways, that's FBI Most Wanted. Definitely a show to check out. All right, the next show, FBI International. This show actually came out last year, 2021. It came out, and it's only one season. And this is pretty much the same thing. It's pretty much like FBI and FBI Most Wanted. They all share the same boss, and Isabel and Jubal from FBI. But the FBI supervisor, special agent, and the head of the international flight team, Scott Forster. Jamie Kellett is the FBI special agent who's in the team's second in command. Andre Raines is the FBI agent on the team with a background in accounting. Cameron, who is also an FBI agent in the show, who is also a West Point grad, who is the team's newest member. And Kadri Joggers, she's not even American, she's from Germany, I think. A multi or European agent from Germany who acts as a basically who helps the team. And they got Green as Tank. Tank is on the team. He's basically a giant dog, retired, who's a basically Scott Forster's command. So FBI International is also on CBS, and it airs late at night after FBI and FBI Most Wanted. So hope you guys can check it out. All right, moving on to the next show. You guys are obviously probably going to be familiar with this one, NCIS, the long-term show that's been running since 2003, 19 seasons. And yeah, this show currently is showing on Monday nights at 8 o'clock, I believe. So going over the characters, obviously the special agent in charge, Leroy Gibbs. And then Sasha Alexander was a special agent, but she left the show. I was Anthony didn't know though was from seasons 1 to 13. He was a legend. Abby, who was the NCIS forensic specialist, who left after season 15, and Dr. Donald Ducky, along with Dr. Jimmy Palmer, the coroners. And Special Agent Ziva David left the show. She was also a great actor, a great addition to the team. Nick Torres, right now, who is currently on the show. Agent Eleanor Bishop, who left the show after a couple of seasons, that and then Catherine Law. Catherine Law is currently in the show right now, and then I forgot Leroy Gibbs left the show, so Gary Cole is the new special agent in charge. So be sure to check out NCIS Monday nights. All right, moving on to the next show. Another NCIS show that I love to watch just actually came out at the end of last year. This is NCIS Hawaii. I love this show, and this is another NCIS show, basically NCIS, but in Hawaii. And basically, the characters are Jane Tennant, who was the first female special agent in charge of the NCIS Hawaii. You got Kai Holman, who is a new NCIS agent on the team, who recently returned home to care for his father. And you got Jesse Bone, Tennant's confidant and second in command. Bone is a former homicide detective in Washington, D.C., who knows the island's hiking trails. The next one is Lucy Tara, a junior field agent of NCIS. And then the NCIS Hawaii cyber intelligence specialist, Ernie Malik. Ernie's funny. I love Ernie. And then there's Kate Whistler, a defense intelligence agency officer. Later, she joined the FBI. And then later on is Jane's eldest child, Alex Tennant. NCIS Hawaii premieres right after NCIS on Monday nights, so be sure to check that out after NCIS. So yeah, definitely a show to watch. Only one season. All right, guys. Once again, another NCIS show. This is NCIS Los Angeles. This is another show that I love watching. This is currently going through 13 seasons. And the characters, NCIS Special Agent in charge of the Office of Special Projects is G. Cowan, and he's basically the lead. The next one is Kenzie Bly, the NCIS Special Agent attached to the Office of Special Projects. And then you got G. Cowan's partner, Stan Hanna, who is the NCIS Senior Field agent and the second in command of the Office of Special. And then you got Marty Deeks, who is a recruiting character from season 2 onward. He was a LEP detective, but he served for a liaison office for the LEPD. And then you got Fatima and Devin Roundtree, who just joined after two characters left, who were Eric Beale and Nell Jones. And Hetty Lang is probably the big character. She disappears once for a while, but she's a supervised special agent operator manager. But I'm not going to go too details of the characters. And right now you can check out NCIS Los Angeles on Sunday nights, so be sure to check the show out on Sunday nights. All right, moving on. The next show that I love to watch, one of the shows that I like to watch one's called The Rookie, and this series came out in 2018 and it's going on for 4 seasons right now. And I do believe this has renewed for a fifth season. But the main character is John Nolan, who is the oldest rookie police officer at the Los Angeles Police Department. And the second one is Angela Lopez, who is an LAPD detective. She was a LAPD detective until she was a police officer, and then she got promoted to a detective. And the next one is Wade Gray, who is the sergeant in charge, watch command at the station. So he's like basically the commander. And then there's Jackson West, who left the show after 3 seasons. Zoe Anderson, who also left after a few seasons. And then there's Lucy Chan, who is a rookie police officer who struggles to prove herself to Tim Bradford is another officer who was her training officer, but now Lucy and John Nolan aren't rookies anymore, so doing um they're doing shifts by themselves, and that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna go too far, but you can catch the rookie Sunday nights as well. So be sure to check that out on ABC. I believe ABC. Alright, guys, moving on to the next show. This is actually a show that just got canceled, so it's only 4 seasons, and they actually just announced that Magnum PI isn't going to return. I was totally bummed out because I love this show. Like, this is 4 seasons, came out in 2018, and look, I watched this show for a while now, but it was bummed when I heard that the show was gonna get canceled. But the characters, obviously Thomas Magnum, a former Navy SEAL lieutenant commander who got a job as a private investigator, and as long as by his side, Juliet Higgins, a former MI6 agent, who's basically turns out to be his turns out to be Magnum partner later on in the series. Rick Wright, a Marine sergeant and former dunk gunner who also owns a tiki bar. He also assists Magnum in his cases. And then there's Tequila Kumo, who's in charge of the estates, who also kind of helps too on of the cases. Detective Gordon Katsumoto, who is who basically dislikes Magnum but still helps him on cases, and he's basically a police officer. So, and then there's one other guy, I forgot his name, but he basically does helicopter stuff. And you can check out Magnum PI, obviously, and yeah. All right, moving on to the next show. This show is called Bones. This is actually not a show that's showing right now. After 12 seasons, it actually decided to get canceled in 2017 after 12 seasons. So it was bummed up. I was bummed a little bit, but it's currently not showing. The characters are Dr. Tempest Brennan, who is a forensic apologist working at the Jeffersonian Institute in Washington, D.C., with her partner, who is an FBI special agent, Celie Booth. And basically, they work together. The next character is Angela, who is a forensic artist at the Jeffersonian Institute. And basically, she just does, I like drawing stuff. There's several like helpers, like forensic. So Dr. Zach Andy, who just left a couple of seasons. There's Jack Hawkins, Dr. Jack Hodgins, who basically deals with minerals, bugs, and shit like that. also known as Bug Boy. And then there's Camille Churon. I can't remember his name, but there's a lot of characters. Be sure to check out this series, despite that it's not showing. There should be 3 episodes on Netflix, so be sure to check it out. All right, moving on to the next show. This is Ghost Whisperers. This is another show that I really, really enjoyed watching. This show ran from 2005 to 2010, and it got canceled after 5 seasons. So this is basically about a girl named Melina Gordon who can see and talk to ghosts. Basically, helps them cross over. And Jennifer Love Hewitt is probably one of my favorite female actresses. She plays Gordon. Sorry, Melina Gordon, and um, Jim Clancy, who also becomes Sam Lucas, is her husband. She sometimes helps with her ghost issues. And then there's Delilah Banks and there's Andrea, who's also her friend that left after a couple seasons, and then there was Professor Rick Payne, who was left after a couple seasons, and then basically Rick Payne helped Melinda with her ghost stuff as well. And then season 4 and 5, there's Professor Eli James, who also was kind of like Melina's partner because he was able to hear the ghosts, but he cannot see them. But Melina, she can actually see them and then hear them. So basically, be sure to check out the series. It's a great series. So Ghost Whisperer, obviously, like I said, it's not showing. It got canceled, but I'm pretty sure you can guys find this on Netflix. All right, guys, moving on to the next show. This is a really well-known show. It's hilarious. This is a hilarious series. This show is called That 70s Show. They're actually doing That 90s Show coming up. This show ran from 1998 to 2006 until it got canceled. I believe it was they just decided to end the show, but they will be doing a That 90s Show that's going to come out this year in 2022. So there's going to be some recruiting characters, but the main character is obviously was Eric Foreman. Obviously the main character who is the son of Kitty and Red Foreman. There's Jackie, who is the youngest member of the group. She's the brunette, annoying, immature girl, whatever. And then there's Michael Kelso, who's played by no other than Austin Custer, or whoever his name is, but Michael Kelso, who's the dumb, pretty boy of the group. And then there's Steve Hyde. I don't believe the actor is going to be in that 90s show's remake because the actor is like in jail or something. But and there's Donna Pintiata, who's Eric's longtime girlfriend, and then there's Fez, the foreigner guy, and that's pretty much it. But be sure to check out. And then there's Red Foreman, who was the dad of Eric. So check it out. All right, guys, moving on to the next show. This show is called The Cold Case. So it's a TV series that ran from 2003 to 2010. It got canceled after 7 seasons due to music copyrights, I believe, because they played music at the end of each episode. So I think it's a copyright issue that they had. But I enjoyed watching this series. But basically what they do is just solve crimes that are cold cases. So it can be like cases from back, just unsolved cases from back then in the 1900s and stuff. But the main character is Lily Rush. She's a homicide detective. Her partner, Chris Lasing, who was her partner in season 1, but he left. Who and Scotty Vance is a detective, who was Lily's second partner. Um, John Stillman, the lieutenant and the head of the Philadelphia Homicide Division, so he's pretty much the commander and the head. You got Nick Vera, a detective assigned to homicide, so partners with Will Jeffries, a senior detective in Philadelphia Homicide Division assistant supervisor, and you got Kate Miller, who joined in season 3 all the way to season 7, who is a narcotics detective who later joins as a homicide detective. So, again, this is a show that was canceled due to, I believe it was music copyright, but I don't know. But be sure to check out this I'm sure it's on Netflix and some other show, but be sure to check out this show. All right, guys, moving on to the next show. This is a show that came out in 2021, one season. Unfortunately, it wasn't renewed for season two. I was bummed out. This is actually a sequel to Silence of the Lamb. Silence of the Lamb is a really famous movie. This is a series. It's basically about Clarice Starling, starting her, in Silence of the Lamb, she was a rookie FBI agent, but in this series, she's an FBI agent returning from whatever she was doing in Silence of the Lambs because I actually never watched it. But I just love the show. Basically, she's the main character. Paul Kretschler is basically the command of basically her boss, and she has co-workers too. I'm not gonna go too far in it because I don't know. It's just love names, love characters throughout the first season. But yeah, it's definitely a TV series to watch. Like I said, unfortunately they canceled it right after one season, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I was just getting started watching this series. I love this show, but I'm sure they got the first season somewhere online for free, Netflix, Hulu, wherever. But be sure to check out. It's definitely worth seeing. All right, moving on to the next show. This show is called CSI, basically the crime scene investigation. This series has been running since 2000 to 2015, and it got canceled, I believe. I don't know. Some shows don't really necessarily got canceled. Maybe actor quit or something, but I don't know. But this is a really interesting show. The Graveyard Shift SI supervisor, Grill Grissom, is the main character, and he's basically in charge. There's Catherine Willows, who's also the graveyard um, assistant supervisor. She will later get promoted. There's Warwick Brown, who's has been with the show old. He ended up leaving it during season nine, yeah, season nine. And then there's Nick Stokes, who's just a main cast. He's basically a CS level 3. And then there's Sarah Seidel, who left the TV show several times. Sarah Seidel, who's basically the wife and girlfriend of Gil Grissom later on. And there's Greg Sanders, who was a DNA specialist who was educated, but he later joined a team outside of the field. So he was a CSI level 3 or 2, I don't remember. And then there's Dr. Albert Robbins, who's the chief medical examiner, who always goes to look at the body alongside with his partner, which I will get to. There's Captain Jim Brass, who's a homicide detective captain, and there's Sophie Curtis, who's in charge. There's David Hodges, Riley Adams, Raymond, who also he's also human, but be sure to check out the episodes. Alright, guys, moving on to the next TV show. This is called Private Eyes. The 5 seasons basically just got canceled after 5 seasons, and it ran from 2016 to 2021. So after 2021, the show decided not to renew for another season. Basically, it's another private investigator. His name is Matt Shade, who was a hockey player who turned into a private investigator, and he bonded with a girl named Angie Everett, who basically later on becomes his partner as a private investigator. Well, she started the business first, and he wanted in. So, and there's not really a lot of characters. There's basically Don Shade, who is Matt Shade's father. There's Jules Shade, which is Matt's daughter, who is blind, but can't hear. Sorry. And then there's Detective Derek Nolan, a police detective who's basically dating Angie. And then there's Detective Curtis, who basically helps Angie sometimes. And then that's pretty much it. But Private Eyes is an amazing series. You can probably check it out online. I'm sure there's like 3 episodes. I said that already. But there's 5 seasons, and apparently after 5 seasons they decide to cancel or whatever happened. But be sure to check out Private Eyes. Alright, guys, moving on to the next TV series that I love watching. This is also a long running series called Criminal Minds, and they had 15 seasons, and it ran from 2005 to 2020. This is also a law enforcement show. They all or solving crimes in the FBI. So it's definitely something to watch. So yeah. All right, guys, moving on to the next TV series. This was a just amazing series. Unfortunately, it was only 3 seasons, but it was amazing. This one's called Shadow Hunter. So basically, it's like shadow hunting hunters. Basically, they hunt demons, and it's basically werewolves and vampires, whatever. But it was a really, really good show. Be sure to check it out. I'm sure it's on Netflix or something. But yeah. Moving on to the next TV show. This is also a popular show, a comedy TV series that I also love watching. This show is absolute hilarious. This one's called Everybody Loves Raymond. It went from 1996 and it ended 2005. Don't know why it got ended, but this was just a hilarious show. I'm sure you guys can find this online. Everyone Loves Raymond. Just a funny show. I would recommend it, even though it's old and it's not showing anymore. Moving on to the next TV show. I don't know what I'm doing, but I love this kids TV show. I grew up watching this. This is called Jackie Chan Adventures. It was obviously had Jackie Chan, the all-time great. It was 5 seasons, and it went from 2000 to 2005, I believe. Yeah, but this was an amazing anime series. I don't know if it was anime, but I love Jackie Chan Adventures. Definitely a recommendation. All right, guys, moving on to the next TV show. This is a cartoon that I love watch. And look, if you don't like Garfield, something's wrong with you. This is the Garfield Show. Garfield was my childhood, and the Garfield Show was amazing. There's some other Garfield shows called Garfield and Friends I also watch, but dude, Garfield is amazing. The Garfield Show is a recommendation. You guys should watch it. Garfield's hilarious. So yeah. All right, moving on to the next one. This one's called SEAL Team. It actually came out 2017, and it's actually current. It's actually showing right now. So they actually took a break from season 5, and they will be back for season 6. So this is a show that I enjoyed watching. It's just, I think just say it's law enforcement, but it's an army show. A lot of action, shooting. If you like that kind of stuff, be sure to check it out. This is SEAL Team. All right, moving on to the next show. This show is called Rookie Blue. It's basically a law enforcement show that I watched. It went for 6 seasons and it got canceled. I say it's canceled, but I don't know if the show got canceled. But it ran from 2010 to 2015, so I would recommend it. So be sure to check it out. This is called Rookie Blue. All right, moving on to the next TV series that I enjoyed watching. This is called SWAT. There's 5 seasons and it's still showing. I believe it's coming back for season 6. It's the law enforcement officers from the LEPD in California, obviously Los Angeles. So they basically fight crimes. Basically, that's pretty much every law enforcement series, obviously. But be sure to check out SWAT. They're on CBS. They will be showing. So yeah. All right, moving on to the next TV show. This one's called The Sweet Life on Deck. It's a Disney TV series. I love this series. This is actually a sequel to The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, but this is when they're a little bit older. I love this series. There's other actually Disney series that I love, like Wizards of Waverly Place, and yeah, be sure to check it out. It's 3 seasons, so I'm sure it's online. All right, moving on to the next TV series. This is a series that went 8 seasons. It started in 2004. I don't remember the date when it ended, but I believe it did get canceled. Basically, they help patients, and basically, the all-time great, his name is House, is the main character. Is no longer showing, but I would recommend the show. House is an amazing TV series. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure it's online. Alright guys, that will do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Those are the TV shows that I like watching. And if you guys have any favorite TV shows you want to share, be sure to comment below. Hit that like button, subscribe. I am Bruin Steel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See you guys later. Peace!